Hey guys, I'm Hekkoto and here I come with another video. Today we are going to talk about how to find time to make art. Because very often our lives are very busy and there are times we really struggle to find those hours to create something. Of course, we have a lot of possibilities to change that. So if you want to know how to find more time, find own time to make your art, here we come. So, first thing is really obvious, and it's sketchbook. Always carry with you your sketchbook. I can share with you, maybe wait. Oh, I design patron prints in my sketchbook. Oh, when I'm on train, on bus, metro, any possible transportation. So every time you are in transportation, consider taking with you sketchbook. Maybe not this A4 big one, maybe smaller. I really think it's great to have small sketchbook because you can take it everywhere with you. And I'm trying to take a sketchbook and pencil, pen, maybe I don't know. Sometimes I take my whole pencil case, but usually I just try to have my sketchbook, pencils, and eraser. That's the first thing. Transportation. Another thing is waking up like hour or at least 30 minutes later. I mean, yes, sleep is really important, but if you are sleeping enough, you can consider maybe getting up a bit earlier, because at the very beginning of the day we have a lot of time. That's usually uh, this moment we have a lot of time, because yes, we need to prepare to work, to school, etc. But I think it's possible to find, I mean, even 10 minutes. You don't need to finish your art in one sitting. You can always do it at multiple rounds. So, another pro tip I have, when you don't have sketchbook or you can't bring something as big as sketchbook with you, are this size sticky notes. I understand maybe making full proper art on sticky notes isn't quite possible, but you can, for example, sketch or write down your ideas. So I think it's really great to have something like that, or sketchbook. But I think something like sticky notes, I mean, you can draw even on toilet paper. It doesn't matter, paper is paper. So you can start your artwork on sticky notes. And this you can do literally everywhere. Because I understand, maybe if there is a lot of people in transportation, you can't sit down, you don't have space to hold your sketchbook, but holding sticky notes, I mean literally, it's as big as my hand, and my hand is small. And you can do literally everywhere. For example, you waiting in the line in cafe, you waiting to place your order. This time, take your pencil and draw something quick, or start bigger piece. Later you can always scan it or make photo of it and put it into your digital software, or maybe you will use it as sketch, and basing on that you will make proper art on paper. So you have both possibilities for digital and traditional art. Another time you can make time for art is when you are in school or work. You have breaks, and those breaks you can use it at so many possible ways, and drawing is one of them. I will be honest, I draw on almost every break between my classes, and I really love it because, okay, I am quite antisocial, but I just really love drawing. So, another thing is when you have free time after this school or work, you have many possibilities what to do with your time. So just think, if you're watching a lot of, I don't know, Netflix, movies, something, maybe quit spending so much time on other non-creative tasks. I mean, still, you can do it, but maybe not 5 hours per day, but just find like hour for your art instead of watching something. If you watching something, you can always draw meanwhile. I draw a lot while watching YouTube because I really love watching let's plays from games. So I draw a lot during listening to what people say. I'm looking, as you see, I have here my graphic display, here I draw, and here I have video. So when you are watching something, or you listen to audiobook, to podcast, this is time you can use to. Another way is having artist friends, and you can meet to have together artist date like you date yourself with your art. So you can be in group of people who are similar, that they are both artists and like to draw and such. So you can meet at any possible place. It can be cafe, it can be library, it can be park. Just meet, have great time, talk to each other, enjoy your company, and meanwhile you can draw. Another way to find some time to draw is doing it just before you go to bed. Because this is another part of the day when you have quite a lot of free time. So consider what are you doing in your evening, late evening hours. Maybe, for example, you can replace something with drawing, or when you are starting to feel tired but not yet to go to sleep, it's time you can use to draw, because you don't have energy for anything bigger, but drawing just for fun is always good thing, and I'm sure you will really, really enjoy it. Okay, and maybe some wrong bad advices. For example, I draw a lot during classes when there is nothing to do. For example, we have to show our projects and we hear what we need to fix and such, but okay, there is a group of people, so you need to wait for your time. And during that time, you can work on your project more or draw. So maybe it's like some boring classes which really, really doesn't give you anything, like those boring placeholder classes about nothing. I think it's always good to use them in more productive way, because if some class or stuff like that doesn't give you any value, what's the point of wasting your time? During this you can draw. Also you can listen meanwhile. Obviously when it's really important class like, I don't know, math or your language class, I mean, then you listen. Maybe scribble when you have 35 minutes. But I think when there are classes that aren't that important, and or each class you need to wait for your time you have with your teacher, you can use the time. So instead of being bored and looking on your phone, it's really good to draw. Also, another way is to consider how much time you spend on your phone. And maybe you spend a bit too much. So try to track down for like week how much time you spend on your phone or on your computer, and rethink what actually you are doing. Are you mindlessly scrolling Instagram or TikTok, watching random videos on YouTube? Just see, maybe instead of doing this pointless task, you can draw something. Another time you can use, it's another when you are like outside or something, it's when you are waiting for someone. If you are going to meet with someone but you are there before time or they are late, you can use that time you would be probably scrolling your phone, you can use that time to draw. Another possible way is, for example, when you are editing videos and they are done, just need to render. Or when you uploading to YouTube and you need to wait for them to upload. During this time, you could wait and do again some mindless tasks. Consider maybe it's time for drawing. I really often in same time edit videos, render videos, and draw stuff because I just really want to use my time the best way possible. And I really think it's good to use every spare moment to follow your passion and do what you really love. Because I mean, it might sound like yes, stop all the things you are doing, only draw. No, I mean, do it as much as you want. But for my example, I am able to work on art stuff for like 16 hours per day, so it may be seem a lot for you, but I'm trying to give you some ideas how to use your time better so you can find time for art. Another thing I want to suggest is to write down all your ideas for art. Sometimes in random time and place you have idea for artwork, comic, or something like that. Write down it immediately on any piece of paper, like sticky note, sketchbook, journal, on your phone, on any possible any possible way. Just write down all the ideas. So when you actually will have time for drawing art, you will already have ideas. This is same thing for sketching on something like sticky notes, yes? So you have already made sketch, you made composition, maybe main big parts of art you have planned. So it will make making proper art way faster because you already prepared this beginning stage. Another way to find time is when you are on holidays. For example, you travel to beach or lake and you have some free time. You can spend it on nature, on beach, enjoying water and such. So, for example, when you are on beach, you can draw. Because, okay, maybe you want to sunbathe. It's okay to lie down on the sand and have sketchbook with you. It's really great time. For example, if you are next to lake and you sit and look on beautiful lake, trees and such, you can sit down, enjoy nature, and meanwhile draw something, or at least sketch. Because remember, you don't need to make full, proper, big piece the best possible way every time. You can often make just sketch, just simple drawing, like even 5-minute feature drawing, 5-minute landscape art, because it's better to make any art than no art. We often feel overwhelmed by how much work you need to put in your art, but consider maybe uh, doing little baby steps. For example, when you have 3-5 minutes before going to school, you can write down idea, maybe make little composition sketch. Okay, great. Next, you have boring class or a long break during classes. I will be using example of school as I'm in college. You have longer break. You can start, for example, sketching it on your iPad if you have a one, on sketchbook if you, I would suggest you will have always one with you. But you can always start on paper from a notebook. And here depends if you're going to make it digital art later or traditional art. When you want to make digital art, you just need to scan it, make photo of it, whatever, put in your software, and then you can draw over your sketch. When you want to make traditional art, you can use, for example, transfer paper. or just have your sketch here and your paper here and just draw basing on what you see on your side. So it's always better to start something and do it with little steps. Because yes, it's really hard sometimes to find those long hours to do your art. But the thing is that we often waste a lot of time, and I really suggest we should look better what we actually doing with our lives. For example, I read a lot because I really enjoy it and I'm learning new stuff, trying to fix my life and such. So when you have this, I don't know, you're waiting in the line for doctor and you can read book or draw. When you are drawing, you can listen to audiobook, so you do both things. So it's a win-win situation. Also, yes, consider what exactly you are doing with your time, because we often don't notice, but we are wasting a lot of in our lives just for stuff like waiting for something or someone during boring and pointless lectures or something. If you can't, for example, if you are in work and you need to do your work or listen to someone, yes, do it. But for example, you have a coffee break, you can draw something small during this. So just try to look how your day looks like and just think, what are times I can actually do some art? Start off your day from time you wake up to the evening you go to bed, and look what exactly you are doing. Where is time where you can draw? And I think that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed to recording it. Thank you a lot for being here. Huge thanks for my patrons who make this all possible, because yes, I really try my best to become full-time artist, and so I'm so grateful for all the support I'm getting. I want to thank all my subscribers. I just reached 137 subscribers today, and I am so happy because finally my channel starts growing, and it's so amazing feeling. Like I said, I spent really long hours working on art and editing those videos and many other stuff. I have college meanwhile, and it's just I can't imagine. It's so fantastic because I love what I do, and I am really happy to be able to share it with you. So if you like, please subscribe, comment, like, and see you soon. Bye.